Video is called Owning a PlayStation is a Humiliation Ritual.
No disclaimer. This video is strictly educational and informative in nature. Please enjoy the video. A long time ago in 1995, September 9th, Sony Entertainment released the PlayStation 1 and it changed the gaming world forever. That is a crazy statement to say considering the 1990s was filled with a bunch of consoles and handhelds. Hey, all my old heads watching this video can testify. Sony at the time was up against Sega in their prime with the Sega Dreamcast and Nintendo running strong with their best console at the time, the Nintendo 64. In the year 2000 on
He's not talking about me. He's not talking about me. I wasn't around then.
October 26, Sony launched what most people would consider the best console of.
Wait, why did Squirtle move away? He got beef with Bulbasaur and Charmander?
All time, the PlayStation 2, with its only big competitor being the Xbox. On November 17th in 2006, Sony released the PS3. This console was outclassed by the Xbox 360 and the Nintendo Wii, which were genuinely the better consoles at the time. When the PS3 first came out, it really wasn't received well at all, but in retrospect, the PS3 was the console that hosted some of PlayStation's best exclusives. It had games like The Last of Us, Little Big Planet, God of War 3. In 2013, on November 15, Sony released, in my opinion, their best console, the PS4, which in no doubt was the best
I think, yeah, looking back, because I mean, even if the PS3 didn't have like the hacking issues and all the other shit, like them having free online was literally the only like positive, right? But I mean, now look at everybody. Now nobody's got free online. But Xbox 360 was just so hard to beat, bro. I mean, yeah, you had Last of Us, you had even Uncharted, right? Like Uncharted came out on PS3, and you had Little Big Planet, God of War. Like you had something for like a lot of different styles of gameplay, obviously, and then peak Call of Duty at that time. But to be fair, Call of Duty was like Xbox thing, at least for a little bit. I don't know if it ever was on PS3, but like Xbox kind of had the culture and everything on there. So I don't know, bro. The PS3 was cool, but I don't think it ever would have like stood up against that Xbox 360, bro. It definitely could have shortened the gap a little bit, but nah, bro. The Xbox 360 was peak. That shit was peak. Not gonna lie, bro. But yeah, go ahead.
Console of that era. PlayStation has always had their ups and downs and their iffy decision making, but never to the degree of this modern era. I wanted to make today's video to review PlayStation's terrible decision making over the past year, and why you, the consumer, need to stop accepting these changes, otherwise gaming is just gonna get worse. Before we hop into this video, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below what you think the best PlayStation console is.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
We at PlayStation are sad to announce that we will stop making physical discs for games starting in 2028, and we will only have games on digital moving forward.
Oh my gosh, what? Why?
We're making this decision based on consumer patterns. The vast majority of consumers buy digitally, so to save money, we are removing all disc manufacturing from our operations.
I can't believe...
Which, like, low-key, I can't be too mad at it, bro. Like, yeah, it sucks, but, like, low-key, specifically for, like, PS5 games. Because if the game, okay, if they take away the license for the game, right? Say, like, the Deadpool game, for example. That got, like, taken away and shit like that, and, like, now, like, you know, copies of it cost so much money or whatever. The way it works on PlayStation right now is, like, if you put a disc in, you're still downloading the game, but, like, you have the disc, so now you can play it with the disc, and then you can give the disc to a friend or whatever, blah, 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 right? They share games. And, you know, that helps places like GameStop because they, you know, sell games, used games, so that way you don't have to pay full price for the game or whatever. But, I don't know. I feel like if they would have said this, and then said, starting in 2028, all of our games on the PlayStation Store are going to be, instead of $70, $60 or $50. Because we're only releasing it on digital anyways, so we don't have to worry about the, you know, the cost of actually sending the game out. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be a big W. in my opinion. But yeah, they kind of fucked up and shot themselves in the foot by that shit. So I don't know. Maybe they've been so quiet because maybe they trying to cook up a plan to fix this shit. I don't know, bro. This shit, their PR is looking very, very bad right now, though. I'm not gonna lie, their shit looking really bad. And this shit does suck though, because there are a lot of people who buy games physical for that main purpose though, to like reset, to sell it again and like buy another used game. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shit does suck. And like opening up a game on Christmas, like it's just dead ass gone. Like you can't do that shit no more. Maybe they'll still like release games in like codes or whatever, so you just put in your little 25-digit code and then you have the game. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. Shit does suck though.
Leave this. This is the end of an era. But
yeah.
How will players be able to share games with their friends? They won't. We are eliminating all ability to share games across different consoles.
What? This is insane! What happened to play has no limits? What happened to you?
I do think if they were to do something like the Steam library, where you can have your family and then like have like a bunch of your friends or whatever, and you guys all just have the same shit. The thing about that is you can't all play the same games at the same time. But that's still cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like I game share with my cousin, and like I just play, like, bro, I be buying hella games, bro. It's like I'm not gonna play all these games. If you want to play some of these games, go ahead, bro. Do your thing. Now, if I want to play a game and you're playing the game at the same time, hey, bro, you're gonna have to get the fuck off this shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like that we've rarely ran into that problem though. Like, you know what I mean?
You guys roasting Xbox 13 years ago, showing someone sharing a game
True.
on PlayStation.
Times have changed, and we have to do what's best for our company.
Oh, like taking 500 movies off of the PlayStation Store that people paid for. You still didn't refund them, and now you're making all games digital. This is so wrong. After this move, I'm genuinely scared for the future of gaming.
So let's start with the elephant in the room and what everyone is going crazy about.
Never mind, I
I've
need my
noticed a
fan.
lot of the younger generation is ignorant and truly doesn't understand the nuance of this situation. Sony wants you to believe that they're doing this because it's easier to manufacture and distribute games, when in reality it's to have all control over the consumer. Now yes, two things can be true at once, but was creating physical copies really that big of a problem? For the people who
I don't
cannot
think so.
understand why people are upset about this and why you should be upset about this as well, you will not own any of your games anymore. Every digital game that you buy is bought with the license to access the game under the platform's terms. At any given moment, the license could change or the content could be removed. This quite literally just happened with over 500 movies on PlayStation, and Sony didn't give a single soul a refund. If you were to wake up tomorrow and all your games and DLC was gone, you would lose your mind. You would hate Sony forever. Now, is it likely that that's gonna happen? No. But is it a possibility? Yes. And I will admit, there are some people out here creating disingenuous outrage for clicks and views, but still buying digital games behind the scene. But to be honest, outrage is what we need. Just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean it's not affecting someone else. I have seen a lot of gamers, specifically the older gamers, say that the PS5 is their last console and gaming stops here for them. That is a problem. Imagine playing PlayStation from the PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I've been all digital for years now. I'm not gonna lie, the last game disc I bought was Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, because it came with the PS4. Literally, it came with the PS4. That was the last shit I bought. I just don't buy like game boxes anymore. But having the game boxes, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Just going through that library, because I was just looking at this the other day. Like, bro, this shit is just like, bro. This shit's so tough, bro. Just being able to see, like, even like the little GameStop shit where you see, like, oh yeah, I bought Wii Sports for $15, bro. Like, just looking at the side of your, like, collection or whatever, and you can just, like, read all the fucking, like, games and shit that are on there. Like, bro, that shit is so tough, bro. And you're not gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and LARP and try to act like I'm a fucking physical gamer. Like, bro, I haven't bought a physical game in years. But I'm just saying, that shit does suck. You know? Shit does suck. And it does hit different seeing the game in physical than, like, you know, scrolling through a fucking library of 100 games. Like, oh, what am I gonna play today? There's nothing to play. You know what I mean? So, and I had a little disc, like wheel thing that I had it was full to the brim of PS2 games, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even know where those games came from. No fucking clue. But I would just randomly get games some days. Like, me and my mom would go to Walmart or whatever. She'd be like, oh, get something that's like $10, $15, some shit like that. Bro, I'd walk out with like 3 games, bro, that are like $5. I would just grab random shit. Because I'm just like, oh yeah, this game looks kind of cool. Based on the box. Like, you know what I mean? Good times, bro. And yeah, like, kids nowadays aren't going to have that. But, I don't know. I feel like those experiences are just going to get replaced with something else, so maybe it will be better for them. I don't know.
One, and being forced to stop because of Sony's greedy decision making. And I know some people might rebuttal, oh, just switch to Xbox, bro. Someone's preference isn't up for debate. No more buying used games, no more getting your money back after you beat a game, no more collecting physical media for the people that actually like collecting it. Gaming preservation becomes harder, and again, you the consumer lose leverage. Oh, and it makes gaming overall less affordable. And for the Sony corporate defenders that think Sony actually cares about the people, 9 hours ago at the time of scripting this video, Sony posted a tweet about the lever gates on the Flex strike, and they have over 58,000 comments rebelling against them. They have yet to make a statement addressing the situation because they don't care. So if you think it's not a big deal, I'm gonna need you to look around.
PlayStation, you greedy bastards. PlayStation has been sending out tests of dynamic pricing all around the PSN store, which basically games will be shown at a different price depending on how much money you spend with them. So if you're new to PlayStation, the games are cheaper, but if you spend more money with PlayStation, the games cost more. There's examples out here with guys going to the PlayStation store as a new user and the game being cheaper. You greedy bastards. This should be illegal. For the player, my ass, man. How did we get to this point? Oh, I know why. It's because they don't got no competition and they can do whatever they want. And this is why I glaze Steam so much. When you're checking out a game with them, they tell you that there's a cheaper version of the game. But PlayStation over here just wants your money, man. That doesn't even...
Yeah, when I seen that dynamic pricing stuff, I was like, But to be fair, I don't really buy games on the PlayStation Store anyways. So like, shit, hopefully I can sneak into that bracket with the lower game prices. Shit. Hopefully. But nah, that shit does suck though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, especially if you're on a summer sale, but it's like my summer sale is different than your summer sale because you don't buy games on PlayStation, or because you do buy games on PlayStation. So it's like your summer sale is way more expensive than mine. And I'm like, oh, like this game isn't $5 for you? Bro, no, it's 15 for me. Whoa. What? Like, yeah, that's great. Now that part is actually crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That part is actually crazy. Like, I kind of understand dynamic pricing to a certain extent because it does help people who don't have, you know, the money to like afford something, but then at the same time it fucks over the person who does have the money because now they have to spend even more money, you know, for something that isn't equal. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, PlayStation, bro, this is bad PR, gang. Like, they gotta recover from this. They have to. Because I'm not gonna lie, Xbox isn't looking that much better anyways. And then PC prices are through the fucking roof. So realistically, we have no choice but to just bend over and get fucked. You know what I mean? Or unless we're just not gonna play games, or we're just gonna play the old games on the PS5.
It makes sense when you say it out loud. It should be the other way around. If I spend more money with you, I should be getting those deals compared to a new user.
Which is crazy because they used to do that with, was it PlayStation Stars? They had this shit where, like, you can get points and then spend those points on, like, gift cards or whatever. So you could buy games. Or sometimes you could just buy games outright with the points. Like, Astrobot I bought with points. There was another game I bought with points, too, on PlayStation Store. And it's like, that's so tough, bro. But, yeah, then they got rid of it, so... Sucks to suck, I guess.
You're gonna tax the guy that's giving you more money than the guy that hasn't gave you any money at all? What?
Now, I wanted to go over the dynamic pricing situation again because I think this was another time that the fans should have just rebelled against Sony. Dynamic pricing is a strategy where the price of a product or service changes over time based on factors.
So yeah, we watched a video on that before too. Dynamic pricing is like it's everywhere too. They're or at least they were testing it out in like grocery stores like Walmart and shit. But I don't know if it's stuck or they were only testing it out in like certain locations and it hasn't like fully been like through the testing phase to release everywhere. I don't know. But yeah, it is actually insane.
There's like demand, timing, competition, or customer behavior instead of staying at one fixed price. And you're probably like, Ron, that doesn't sound bad at all. And yes, on the surface, it doesn't really seem that bad, but it can and will lead to bigger issues. Here is a tweet regarding dynamic pricing or A/B pricing or
Yo, $27 compared to $40 is actually insane. Yo, what the fuck?
price discrimination, whatever
Wait, because it already knew it would stop releasing games in physical format. In the end, it will be a company that completely controls the prices.
you want to call it. The game Astrobot is
Tragic.
$60 for both accounts, but discounted differently for both accounts as well. Two friends buying the exact same game on the exact same day, but one has a $12.60 difference. If Sony is using purchase history or a willingness to spend as a part of pricing, that means someone like myself would end up paying more for games than someone who rarely buys games. Why are the loyal customers subsidizing discounts for others? Sony has had zero transparency about this, which creates trust issues for the
Well, if anything, like, just have it meet in the middle. Like, if one is $40 and one is $27, just have them meet at like 32 or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just do that. Like, why is that not an option for them? Like, do they need? No, I don't even have to ask the question. They don't need the money.
customers. Literally nobody knows why they're paying more than others. Is it because I buy my games day one? Is it because I have a PS5 Pro? Nobody freaking knows, but it's Sony's obligation to tell us why. Again, this is just another one of Sony's bad changes that we let slide because it really wasn't that bad. Bruh, you played a game way too much and too again, go get your first PlayStation. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about the hardware before I get any of those comments. I'm talking about how dry and empty this shit feel. Like, what has it done for the PlayStation community? This soulless ass console don't got no aura or generational impact. The only accomplishment the PS5 has given us is loading up disappointment faster. People be hating on gamers that stay on their
I'm not gonna lie, low-key spitting right now. But as a person who was on PS4 until I think 2023, bro, that PS5 was something different, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was something different. I'm like, yo, this shit loaded up dumb fast. Like, now my PS5, like, it should be fucking, I don't know what the fuck wrong with this shit, bro. But some days it be having its days, bro. But nah, compared to the PS4, bro, my PS4 sounded like a fucking jet engine, gang. Like, my shit needed to go. So yeah. But nah, though. It definitely don't got an aura. But the problem is, like old dude I said before, the competition, bro. Because when you compare it, what else is there to compare it to? The fucking Xbox Series S, I think? Series X? The shit that look like a fucking refrigerator? Fuck the fridge. The shit that doesn't even, like... The Xbox don't even have shit. They don't have games. The shit looks like the fucking, like, I literally have a Series S. I mean, I'm not gonna move it because it's got, like, shit plugged in and everything. But I have a Series S right next to my PS5. And the shit has the same interface as the fucking Xbox One. The shit low-key just... I only use Game Pass on it, though. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm just saying, like, the shit don't really got no aura either, for real. Like, honestly, all the consoles don't have no aura. Because PS4 versus Xbox One, and I've had both. Probably for about the same amount of time, because I bought an Xbox, or I had an Xbox One, I think first year it came out. Like, that shit was crazy. But nah, I didn't have no Kinect, though, so maybe it wasn't first year. Whatever. I
PS4, bro, I don't even blame them. The PS5 is minimalism final boss. I remember when the PS3 dropped, everybody was hating on it. Bro, I'd go back to the PS3 over the PS5 any day of the week. PS5 is like if your refrigerator gained consciousness. Sony over here talking about the next PS6. Nigga, for what? So to wrap this video up, I just wanted to go over some...
On God, the PS6 cannot come out, bro. Like, literally, I don't know what they're planning, unless the only way that I think the PS6 could come out is if the PS6 was actually just going to be a straight up handheld and it's not a home console. And the PS6 like talks to the PS5 on some shit. And the PS6 is the only handheld generation. That is the only way that I think it could work. Because otherwise it's just going to be expensive as fuck. And it's like, shit, we literally just started getting games exclusive for the PS5. Why the fuck are we even thinking about a PS6? The PS4 and Xbox One overstayed their welcome. Way overstayed their welcome. They're finally done making games for PS4. So why would we already move on to PS6? Let's just enjoy the generation we're in right now. Let's actually, like, unlock the potential of the PS5 for real. Because I feel like we haven't actually done that. You know what I mean? With a lot of games. Obviously, like, you know, a lot of their first-party games have done that. But I'm just saying. Like, we just got the first fucking 2K that only come out on next gen. Or PS5. Like, come on.
Micro problems that Sony have been giving us for the past year. First, let's start with the whole age verification required in different countries to use online communication features. You're probably sitting behind the screen like, Ron, shut up, this is to protect the kids. Yes, this does protect the kids, and I'm all here for it. The fact of the matter is, some people have privacy concerns. Many people don't want to give Sony their government-issued ID, a selfie, or more personal information. Not that long ago, Crunchyroll, a Sony-owned company, had a data breach of over 6.8 million accounts. All of those people had their personal information leaked. Credit cards, debit cards, addresses, and things of that nature. So you could see why some people don't want to trust Sony with that type of personal information. And honestly, that's just one of the many reasons. I feel a lot of content creators didn't want to speak about this because they didn't want to come off as insensitive or against protecting the kids. You can be for the children and still point out Sony's hazardous decision making, especially when there's
Bro, it's the same thing with fucking Roblox, bro. How they're like doing the age shit and they're claiming it's for the kids, and it's like, bro, that's not what it is for, bro. Just say it. Just say we want to have ads tailored to you. Just say that we want to have your information so that way we can like narrow down, you know, whatever. And like, if you have your information on all these websites, because all these websites are starting to ask for age verification, then it's like, you might just get banned on everything. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You say some shit on Roblox to get banned, but since they have your information on Roblox and PlayStation, boom, you get cross-banned on both. Now you're like, what the fuck happened? On some crazy shit. Like, it's possible, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro.
evidence to support it. This whole thing creates a barrier
But mainly it's for ads, though. Mainly.
stopping people from using the basic essentials of their console. I posted a TikTok about this when the news first dropped, and in the comment section, you can read many teenagers and adults complaining about their experience. The last thing I want to speak about is the price of the PlayStation 5. A digital PS5 is $600. A PS5 with a disc drive is $650. A PS5 Pro is $900. A harsh and sad but true reality for someone who wants to get a new PS5 and GTA 6 is the fact that at the most, they will have to pay nearly $1,000, if not $1,000 if they want the Ultimate Edition. I know, Sony isn't $10, and GTA 6 is the fact that at the most, they will have to pay nearly $1,000.
I was about to say, that is, like, that cap? But nah, yeah, that's at the most. But I mean, like, who the fuck wants to use a PS5 Pro to play GTA 6, bro? It's not that deep. Especially if you're buying a console for it, you're definitely just going to buy the digital edition because that's literally all you need. And then you'll pay maybe the $100, I guess. I'm still debating. I'm probably going to buy the $100 version anyways, just because I know I'll make it back. But like, Ultimate Edition, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I kind of want to get the standard edition first just to see like what I actually can and can't access. Because if I could just play through the regular game and do everything that I normally would do in a GTA game without buying it, then I don't know. I kind of want to test it out. Because I feel like everybody's buying the Ultimate Edition without actually knowing what you are lacking by not having the Ultimate Edition. I kind of want to see what that standard experience feels like.
If not $1,000 if they want the Ultimate Edition. I know. Sony isn't to blame for the increased price of consoles. AI has done irreversible damage, and it doesn't help that PlayStation sells consoles at a loss, so they're pretty much forced to increase the price. But if you're going to increase the price, at least make the experience a good experience. We didn't go over more issues that we could have regarding PlayStation, but just know, in the past year alone, Sony has made being a fan of PlayStation a living hell. It has been the social norm to glaze PlayStation ever since the PS4 era in 2013, and to some degree, the glaze is warranted. Sony has been the best console within the past decade, but as of late, they have just been shooting themselves in the foot, and honestly, they're on the path of destruction if they keep this up. I made a video 2 months ago titled, PlayStation is speed running its own downfall, and that video and its title still holds weight to this day. As we move closer to 2027 and 2028, we will see if PlayStation makes the required changes to be great again. Of course, this can only...
Yeah, to be fair, like, they do have time. Like, it's only 2026, and, like, they got, what, like a year and a half to, like, maybe reverse the decision or even postpone it maybe. Like, I don't know. Because, like, if people want physical games, then they have to buy the physical games. If anything, they're just seeing PlayStation seeing it as like a waste. They're like, dude, what the fuck are we making these games for? You know what I mean? Like,
happen if Xbox seizes the opportunity that they have. Xbox needs PlayStation and PlayStation needs Xbox, believe it or not. It's like yin and yang. So with all that being said, that's all I got.
Because with no competition, bro, you run into some you start doing dumb shit because you don't have nobody to check you. So like you just start doing anything and then people are just eating shit and liking the taste of it because ain't nobody else, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody else around.
For you guys today. If you enjoyed today's video,
ass,
please be
bro.
sure to like it and subscribe to the channel if you're new.
It's a good video though, bro. I'm gonna be honest, it's a good video. You like that shit. Wait, what did they say? Now we want control. We love money. We hate you. As Microsoft is Sony's new motto. PS6 era in my house will be the backlog era. Facts. Facts. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got enough games in my backlog to last me years, bro. Years. Reminds me, I need to drop a video today as well. Today's game. Lately, I've been playing old games. File that has to be illegal.
Station, the games
pricing?
are cheaper.
Bro, nah, I'm telling you, bro, that dynamic pricing shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. Oh my gosh. Facts, you start getting your grandma pregnant. What? Vice City gameplay hard to control? Nah, Vice City gameplay, I played the Vice City, what is it, Definitive Edition or whatever, the remastered one that came out. I don't think I ever played the OG, but nah, that was, it felt different. It did feel different from like the other GTAs, but it was like, it wasn't that bad though. It wasn't that bad.
I don't even want to.
Yo,